Quota sampling. The quota sampling is defined as it's one of the non-probability sampling. Here, the researcher creates a sample involving individuals that represent a population. So here, the samples will be chosen according to special traits or qualities. So here, the researcher ensures the equal or proportionate representation of subjects depending on which trait is considered on the basis of the quota. And the basis of the quota, usually we will see the age, gender, education, race, religion, and socio-economic status. There are two types of quota sampling, that is controlled quota sampling and uncontrolled quota sampling. And what is controlled quota sampling? Controlled quota sampling, it imposes, there will be restrictions in the sample selection. So here the researcher is limited to the selection of samples. So the researcher will be having some delimitation in the selection of, limitations in the selection of samples. That is the controlled quota sampling. What is uncontrolled quota sampling? Uncontrolled quota sampling does not impose any restrictions of the researcher choice of samples, and here the researcher chooses samples members at his or her own will. So uncontrolled, there will be restrictions or limitations in collecting the sample, and uncontrolled, there will not be any restrictions or limitations in collecting the sample. So the samples will be selected based on the willness of the researcher. We can take an example. Here the researcher wants to do a survey of individuals about what smartphone brand they prefer to use. So the sample size, she has taken 500 respondents, and she is only interested in surveying 10 states in India. And here how the researcher can divide the population by quotas. And she is dividing the gender, that is in gender 250 males and 250 females, and age 100 respondents, each between the ages of 16 to 20, and so that is segregating the age 16 to 20, 21 to 30, 31 to 40, 41 to 50, and 51, that is the 50 and above. And employment status, 350 employed and 150 unemployed people. And the researcher also further nested the quotas. Example, 150 unemployed people, 100 must be students. And the location, 50 responses per state. So 10 states she has selected, so each state 50 responded. Depending on the type of research, the researcher can apply quotas based on the sampling frame. And it is not necessary for the researcher to divide the quotas equally, and she divides the quota as his or her own need. As shown in the example, she will be interviewing 350 employed and only 150 unemployed individuals. And here the random sampling can be conducted to reach out the respondents. To perform quota sampling, and we can take one more example also. And in case the quota, if the basis of quota in the college level and the researcher needs equal representation with a sample size of 100, she can select 25 first year students and another 25 second year students and 25 third year students and 25 fourth year students. So overall she will be getting the 100 students from each classes. And the quota sampling technique appears like stratified random sampling technique, and however this sampling technique, sample is selected without random process from different quotas. And here the probability sampling techniques involve a significant amount of rules that the researcher needs to follow to form samples. And since quota sampling is non-probability sampling technique, there are no rules for formally creating samples, because here there is no randomization, only the willingness of the researcher, she will be taking the sample, or some within the limitation she will be taking the samples. And usually there are 4 steps to form a quota sample. So even though if we are not taking a randomization, we should also follow 4 steps while taking the quota sampling. First one is divide the sample population into subgroups. So that is the dividing the population into exclusive subgroups is the initial step in non-probability quota sampling. So here the researcher bifurcates the entire population into mutually exclusive subgroups, that is elements of each of the subgroups becomes a part of only one of those subgroups, and after that researcher applies random selection. And the second one, figure out the weightage of subgroups. So here the researcher evaluates the proportion in which the subgroups exist in the population, and she will maintain this proportion in the sample selected using this type of sampling method. So here that researcher chooses subjects from various subgroups when taking into account the proportion noted in the previous groups. Example, if you are taking 58% of the people who are interested in purchasing your Bluetooth headphones are between the age group of 25 to 35 years, and the subgroups also should have the same percentages of people belonging to the respective age group. And select an appropriate sample size. And here the main reason for choosing the quota sample is that they permit the researcher to sample a subgroup that is of very large interest of the study. And this type of sampling is the best technique to investigate a trait or a characteristics of a certain subgroup, and here the quota sampling also permits the researcher to continue relationship between the subgroups. So here how we are selecting the sample size means the third step, the researcher should select the sample size while maintaining the proportion evaluated in the previous step. So that is the population size is 500. We can take, the researcher can pick up a sample of 50 elements in that 500 population. And the sample chosen after following the first 3 steps should represent the target population. And the next is conduct surveys according to the quotas defined. So always the researcher has to make sure she stick on the predefined quotas to achieve actual actionable results, and don't survey quotas that are full and focus on completing surveys of each quota. And in some of the studies, traits of a certain subgroup have been found to be interacting with other traits of another subgroup. And in such cases, it is also essential for the researcher to utilize this type of sampling technique. Coming to the characteristics of quota sampling. First, it aims to get the best representation of respondents in final sample. And the quotas always replicate the population of interest in a real sense. And it also estimate produced or more representative, and the quality of quota samples will be varied, and it saves research data collection time because within a minimal period we will collect a larger sample, and it saves research cost if the quotas accurately represent the population, and it also monitors the number of types of individuals who take the survey, and the researcher always divides the population into subgroups, and even the sample represents the entire population, and the researcher used the sampling method to identify the traits of specific group of people. Advantages of quota sampling. First one, it saves time. So here, because the involvement of a quota for sample creation, this sampling process is very quick and straightforward, and it saves time. And it's more convenience for the researcher. So by using quota sampling and appropriate research questions, interpreting information and responses to the survey is a much convenient process for a researcher. Then accurate representation of the population of interest. Researchers effectively represent a population using the sampling technique, because there is no room for over-representation of the sampling technique helps researcher to study the population using specific quotas. It saves money. The budget required for executing sampling method is minimalized, and this quota sampling is economically cheap because there is no need to approach all the candidates. If you are taking a 500 population, so only 100 samples you will be taking by quota, so no need to approach all the candidates, so it will be very cheap and suitable for students where the field work has to be carried out, like studies related to market and public opinion polls. The quota sample will be very much effective. And the applications of quota sampling. In situations where researchers have specific criteria for conducting research, and in case if you want to select the subgroups due to which becomes extremely convenient and the researcher to obtain results. So if you want to collect the sample within a minimal period of time, with a low cost, with a minimum time period, and with a low resources and all these things, you can go for a quota sampling. And the researcher uses this method when she has time control. So if she has only limited time and the researcher has an idea about the whole population of interest in a very little time, so very short period the researcher so fulfill the idea about the particular population, she can go for quota sampling. And even the quotas are applied when the researcher is on tight budget, so that is very cheap instead of researching a larger population, and it saves money by using few quotas to get the whole picture of the population. So it's a sampling from a few samples from the whole entire thing. We will be getting the total picture of the entire population, and we can generalize the result. And some research studies do not require pinpoint accuracy due to the nature of research project in an ideal for applying a quota sampling. Thank you.